Last Thursday evening, I walked into my own house and discovered that my wife was planning to fake a breakup with me. Not because she actually wanted to leave, but because her friends convinced her it would be a fun little test to see how much I really loved her. I had come home early from work, something I rarely do. The house felt quiet. Too quiet. But then I heard muffled voices coming from the living room. My wife was on speakerphone, and I immediately recognized the voices. Her three closest friends, the same ones who had been feeding her toxic relationship advice for months. I stopped in the hallway, hidden from view, but close enough to hear every word clearly. And what I heard made my blood run cold. Act 1. The plan. "Just tell him you need space to think about your future together," one of them said. "Men never appreciate what they have until it's threatened." "Exactly," another chimed in. "My cousin did this with her boyfriend last year. He begged her to stay and bought her a new car the next week." My wife's voice came through, uncertain, but interested. "But what if he just agrees? What if he doesn't fight for me?" "Trust me, honey," one of them said. "No man lets his wife walk away without a fight. He'll probably cry and promise to change everything about himself." I clenched my jaw. They were treating my marriage like a social experiment. And the worst part was hearing my wife actually considering it. "I don't know, girls," she sighed. "It feels wrong to manipulate him like that." "It's not manipulation," one insisted. "It's testing his commitment. You deserve to know where you stand." I heard my wife sigh deeply. "When should I do it?" "This weekend. Make it dramatic, but not too over the top. Tell him you've been thinking, and you're not sure if you're happy anymore." I couldn't listen anymore. I backed away quietly and slipped out the front door. If my wife wanted to play games, she was about to learn that I wasn't the kind of man who begged for love. Act 2, the test begins. 20 minutes later, I returned home. Her friends were gone, and she greeted me with fake affection. "Hey, honey, you're home early," she said, kissing my cheek. "Traffic was light today," I replied, studying her nervous face. That night, I could tell she was restless, rehearsing, planning her little performance for the weekend, but I already knew what was coming, and I was ready. Act 3, the fake breakup. Saturday morning arrived. She came into the garage looking nervous but determined. "We need to talk," she said. I put down my tools. "Sure, what's on your mind?" She took a deep breath. "I've been doing a lot of thinking about us, about our marriage, and I'm not sure I'm happy anymore." I nodded slowly. "Okay, what's making you feel that way?" That question threw her off. She stuttered through the next part. I just think I need space to figure things out." "Space?" I asked calmly. "What kind of space?" "Maybe a break," she said. "A few weeks, maybe a month." I nodded again. "That's reasonable. When do you want to start?" She froze. This wasn't going according to her script. "You're okay with this? You said you need space. I'm not going to force you to stay in a marriage that doesn't make you happy." Her face went pale. "But don't you want to talk about it?" "What's there to talk about?" "You said you're unhappy. I respect your decision." I walked past her toward the house. "I'll move to the guest room today. That way you'll have the master bedroom to yourself," she panicked. "Wait, right now?" "Well, you wanted space." I assumed that included physical space. Her whole plan was unraveling, and she knew it. Act 4, turning the tables. By Sunday, she was in full panic mode. I'd gone out with friends, came home late, and acted like nothing was wrong. She waited up for me. "How was your night?" "Great," I said casually. It felt good to go out and just enjoy myself. "You know, single life has its perks." Her face tightened. "Single life? Well, we're on a break, right?" The regret was written all over her face. Over the next few days, she tried to walk it back. "I might have overreacted," she said Monday. "Maybe we should do counseling instead." "Counseling," I said. "But you said you weren't sure if you wanted to be married to me." "What would we counsel about?" She winced. "I think I was just stressed." "Stress makes you question love now?" I said, sipping my coffee. She had no answer. By Thursday, she finally broke. "What if I said I made a mistake? What if I said I didn't want to break anymore?" I looked up from my book. Then I'd say you need to be sure this time. Because you've shown me that when life gets hard, your instinct is to threaten our marriage. You're punishing me, she cried. No, I said. I'm protecting myself. Act 5. The Truth Revealed. Friday morning, I heard her on the phone with her friends again. This isn't working. He's not fighting for me, she whispered. That was my cue. Friday evening, she sat me down. Maybe we should make this separation permanent, she said dramatically. I nodded. Maybe you're right. Maybe we're just not compatible. Her eyes widened. You want a divorce? I want someone who's sure they want to be with me. Her plan had completely backfired. Saturday morning, she finally exploded. Stop this. You're supposed to fight for me. I set my tablet down. You said you wanted space, possibly a divorce. I'm giving you exactly what you asked for. Tears welled in her eyes. I never meant it. I know, I said. It was just a test, right? Her face went white. I continued. I heard everything. The phone call, the coaching, even the part where they told you to document it for drama. She broke down crying. I'm sorry. I know it was wrong. Wrong? I said coldly. You manipulated me for entertainment. You chose your friend's approval over our marriage. She sobbed. I'll do anything to fix this. Act 6, the consequences. Good, I said. Here's what's going to happen. Tomorrow, you're calling those friends in front of me and telling them exactly how their test destroyed your marriage. Then, you're cutting them off. No more girls' nights, no more advice, no more manipulation. She nodded through tears. Okay. And after that, we're going to real counseling, not whatever fake psychology your friends believe in. Act 7, the lesson. She followed through. She called them, apologized, and ended those friendships. She scheduled counseling and deleted their numbers. 6 months later, our marriage was stronger than ever, not because of the test, but because we learned the truth. Real love doesn't need tests. Real love doesn't manipulate. And sometimes the best way to fight for your marriage is to refuse to play games that destroy it. Outro. Calm, reflective tone. Our story ends here. If you've made it this far, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out the next story. I promise, it's just as powerful. Thanks for listening. See you in the next one.